Welcome back to the new consultant training video number 2. We're going to wrap up new consultant training on this video. Hopefully you've had a chance to watch the first one first. And so we'll wrap it up, and then be sure to let me know when you complete your new consultant training, both videos, and get your handouts printed off so that we can move forward. And plus, I owe you a fabulous prize just for completing new consultant training. Where else do you earn prizes? Just for showing up and doing some training, right? Okay, so I want to make sure that you have this agenda printed off so that you can follow along and possibly make some notes on it. So I want to start with number 4. We completed number 1, 2, and 3 in the first video, and we're going to wrap it up. So number 4 is where we're going to start, and the skill that we're going to start with is selling. So we talked about booking and coaching, and we talked about money management. Now we're going to start and dig right in with selling. So as an independent beauty consultant, you sell our products. Yay! And everybody that you know knows that you're going to sell or offer them a product, and then they get to decide if they want to buy or not. So that's a new thought I want you to have is, everybody knows that if you're a Mary Kay Beauty consultant, you sell, right? And so you get to offer the products, and then they get to decide if they want to buy. And so the key is to offer. Mary Kay always said nothing happens until somebody sells something. Did you know that it is just as honorable to sell as it is to buy? Right? It's just as honorable. And so I hope that you feel proud that you are a part of this amazing company with the amazing products that we have that we can offer to our customers. And so you're going to sell products lots of different ways. You're going to have on-the-go appointments where you pop into someone's house, or someone pops into your house and you show them a book, and they try lipstick samples, and they're going to buy something. You're going to have someone who's going to just want to purchase off your website, your personal website. You're going to have women who they are going to ask you to drop books off at their work, and they're going to be, you're going to get some catalog sales. But I will tell you, the best way, the most profitable way, the best use of your time is to hold facials and parties. And between facials and parties, you will make more money per hour. You will be better at managing your time when you hold parties. So a facial is one-on-one, and a party is when you have more than one person. And it's the exact same process. And so I want to give you some thoughts and just hit some highlights on holding your facials and parties. So when you show up at your facials and parties, whether you're going to someone's house, you've invited guests to your weekly success meeting, or they're coming to your home, Mary Kay asks that we dress professional, and I'm going to make that really simple for you. We have an amazing beauty coat, and let's see, I think it shows it on the front here. And I love our beauty coat. It's right here. This is MK Connections. You can find this online on Mary Kay In Touch. But this beauty coat right here, it looks amazing on everybody. And it's machine washable. It runs really, really big, I promise. Trust me. So if you wear a medium, I would order probably an extra small. Really, at least a small. Okay, start with a small. But I think they have measurements online. But and so Mary Kay asked that we dress professional, and I'm going to make that simple by saying, investing in a Mary Kay beauty coat, and find one skirt that makes you feel like $1 million. Any color, because the beauty coat's black, so any color, and a pair of professional shoes. In the winter, maybe some boots. In the summer, some wedges that are comfortable. Whatever it is that is comfortable to you, where you're not having to spend a lot of money, so that you look like $1 million. Because that's how Mary Kay asks us to dress. I also encourage you to wear your name badge. You get one when you order your business cards from MK Connections, and in your business kit as a new consultant, which you get at a discounted price, just so that it's easier for everyone to remember your name at your appointments. When you show up, or when you have guests come to your home, just a few tips, and I'm sure that you are aware of all of this, and hopefully you're going to be laughing, going, oh my gosh, I would never do that. But I just want to make sure I get the information out there. So I'm going to ask at your facials and parties, Mary Kay asked us not to partake in any alcoholic beverages. If your hostess wants to serve, absolutely, go for it. I had one of my very first parties as a consultant. My hostess served wine, and everyone had way too much, and everyone bought a whole bunch, and I did not feel guilty at all, okay? I helped my hostess get into bed before I left, and I went on my way. And so she's actually still one of my customers. But just asking that you do not partake when you are representing the Mary Kay business. And think about when you're walking in that you want what we do to look simple. So when we get a group of women together, there's probably someone there that might be interested in doing what we do. And so we want it to look simple. So a thought is, try not to look like the bag lady that's moving in. And if you're from Texas, you can relate to that. If you're not from Texas, you might go, what? But for me, living in Texas, that could happen easily. It looks like we're moving in, right? And so just to simplify, always a rule of thumb is to have one free hand so you can ring the doorbell or knock and then shake the hostess's hand or hug her with one arm, okay, when you're going in. So just kind of some facial and party etiquette there, okay? It's also asked that we only facial women who are 18 years or older. So if they're not 18, of course if they're a family member, that's different. But if they're not 18 or older, then you definitely want to have their mama there, so that, you know, we're just abiding by what Mary Kay asked us to do, okay? Some of the tools that you will definitely want to have handy when you are holding facials and parties, there is a document that you can print off, and it is called Speedy Setup for Your Facials. And you can print it off. It's going to look something like this, and it's just going to give you some great tips on the products to make sure that you have, how to package those up and have your starter kit bag organized, and so that it will simplify and save you time, okay? And so make sure that you print that off. Another great tool that you will want to have is our flip chart. It comes in your starter kit. I love this flip chart. I promise you, you could take this flip chart, and without ever being at a facial or party, which that's probably not you, you could read. I always say if you can read a little and if you can flip some pages, then you can build a business in Mary Kay. You could take this and you could do what I do. I promise you. It simplifies. The flip chart is gorgeous. And it's so easy to use. And it's so pretty. I'm so excited about it. It's brand new. We had one several years ago, and we brought it back, and I'm so excited. You know, I always say I want to be duplicatable for my consultants. I want you to see me work and go, I can so do that. And this flip chart does that. So as you are building a business and having women that are joining your team or thinking about joining your team, they're going to see you using this flip chart, and they're going to go, oh, I can so do that, right? And that's the thought we want them to have. I do have a few notes that you can print off. It's called Brandy's Flip Chart Notes, to add into a couple pages, just to give you just a couple of the things that we do and when we're holding our facials and parties. And so you can print those off, and it has instructions on how to tape those in into your flip chart. You'll also want to print off the facial tray inserts, and you'll find those, of course, on our website. It goes under the clear plastic tray so that it's easy for you to fill the trays, and it's easy for your guests to know what products they're using. Now, I want you to know that I'm going to ask that the next video you watch is my live skincare class, from setup to cleaning up. All right, and it'll just help simplify the process, especially if you're not local to me. If you're local to me, then just plug into one of my live parties if you want to, or at our weekly success meeting when we hold facials. But the video is also a great tool for you to watch. Of course, the party placemats, which came in your starter kit. This is what we'll use. We'll set one of these under each mirror, and then we use this to close out our guest. There's a Ponder Pink survey that you'll want to print off, so that at the end you can have each guest fill out this survey. It just finds out if they're interested at all in hearing a little bit more about the business. just so that I know how you and I should serve them best. If they have no interest, that's okay. They're going to stay a customer and you're going to take great care of them. But if they do have a little interest, we want to make sure that we give them the information so they can make the best decision. Something else that you'll also want to have is, if we put in your first order, I've already ordered these for you. If not, this will be on your first order. It is our Hostess program brochure. You'll want to have these so that when you're doing your individual closes, everyone can see what's available to them when they book that follow-up appointment and share it with friends, okay? And then also, I recommend having a team building packet, information about the business that you can hand right then to those women that do have a little bit of interest. And you can order both of these, which again, if we've placed your first order, we've ordered those for you. It is so professional. It's brand new and updated. It is our Steps to Success brochure. It shows a little bit of the starter kit. It shows our career path. And then on the back it shows the cars that we can earn in Mary Kay. And then something else that you'll definitely want to have, these two items. This will make up your team building packet. It is our agreement, our paper agreement, okay? And so those are just some tools. You know, having the tools already in place, a system in place. In the first video, I talked about having, you know, your booking and coaching scripts in place. And when you have those in place, it creates a system, and you have to think less, which is always a good thing, right? Because we don't want to think ourselves out of it, or we don't have to go, oh gosh, I have to do this and this before I can actually do this. Just having this, the party tools, the facial tools, all of your tools in place, ready to go, so that that system is there, and it will simplify what we do, and you can get to work with the people. That's where we want to spend our time, is in front of the people. But there is some business stuff that we have to have, so it simplifies and prepares us for what we're going to do. Okay, so when we're talking about selling at your facials and parties using this amazing flip chart, I want you to just have a new thought, or just be aware of, when you watch my skincare class video or you watch me live, I want you to just, as you're following along with your flip chart, I want you just to be aware that there are 3 parts when we hold appointments. When we hold a facial or a party, there's 3 parts. The first part is what we call the open, and it's where we welcome and we thank the guests. We thank the hostess if we have one. We get to share a little bit about us. It's what we call our I story. We quickly go through the agenda so that everyone there knows what to expect. We share our customer service. We share a little bit about our hostess program. It's before we get to the products. We share a little bit about this amazing company. It's quick. It's not a long time, but it's quick, okay? And typically, and you're going to get to see this, so hear what I'm saying, and then just be aware when you're watching me do a class live or on my video, and this is where everyone is just staring at you. They're like, you know, and hopefully you'll have some people who are nice and they're nodding and smiling, okay? But that's the open. It's quick, but it starts to build that relationship, okay? The second part is the body. The body part is when you're actually sharing the products. So they're using the products. You're teaching them how to use the products. You're going to see me do this when you watch my class, and I can't talk about the products without doing the hand motion. But you're going to be teaching them about the products, teaching them how to use the products, and they're actually going to be using them. So really, they're not even looking at you, because they have a mirror in front of them, and so they're staring at the mirror the whole time. Okay, and you're talking and teach them how to use the products, so they're really not watching you, but you're sharing the products and getting referrals. That's what the body is. That's going to be the bulk of the time that you spend at your facials and parties. And then the last part, which is the most important part, it's what we call the close. It's where you're going to close it out. We have a table close, and it's where, as a group, you wrap up the group, showing them your best-selling sets, thanking them, and then you go to the individual close. And the individual close is where you build the relationship deeper. You sell, you rebook, and you find new team members, okay? And so those are the parts of a party and facial. You do the exact same thing, either with one or with multiples. And it is such better time management for us when we gather a group together. Even if you don't have a hostess, but maybe you have a 2-hour time slot in the week on a Saturday or on an evening, book 3 or 4 different people and bring them together around your kitchen table or at your weekly success meeting where your sales director is conducting the party, okay? And then, of course, we always offer that second appointment, and just some new thoughts for you to have when you're thinking about those second appointments. Typically, the second appointment is more glamour. We call it advanced glamour. Sometimes it is a skincare supplement appointment. I love those because it digs deep into the supplement products that go along with our basic skincare lines. We also do bedtime facials, which that's fun. They can come in their pajamas, or they just leave with no makeup, just the nighttime skincare. Spa parties using our satin hands and our satin lips and our eye mask. You can get really fun and creative with that. And then even fragrance parties, okay? And so those are just a few. There's lip parties and just different themed parties. But typically, for your second follow-up appointment, it's either going to be advanced glamour or supplements, skincare supplements. And that is where you'll want to encourage your booking, the new booking, to take advantage of your hostess program, earning free products by having some girlfriends join her, okay? And of course, you'll get to watch me do that. And so that it'll just make more sense to you if you haven't already watched me do that. Okay, so the next topic that I do want to share with you is attitude management. Okay, so on the last video we talked about money management, and now we're going to talk a little bit about attitude management. I'm going to talk about these 6 inches right here between our ears. And Mary Kay always said, what you think about, you bring about. Mary Kay always said, if you think you can, you can. And if you think you can't, you're right. You can't. So I just want to encourage you to program yourself. That's what I call it, Mary Kay. Can you be positive in your thoughts? When we think about this business, think about the possibilities rather than woe is me, or it's probably not going to work for me, or I don't know. Why don't we try it first? So let's get these 6 inches between our ears. Let's get it geared up for what this business has in store for you and for your family. And we can do that by what we put in, because what we put in, it has an effect on what we put out or what we send out, okay? So a couple tips is Miracles Happen. It's Mary Kay's autobiography. It comes in your starter kit. Read a couple chapters every morning or every night during your quiet time. Here's a thought. You are like the 5 people that you spend most of your time with. So I want you to think about that. Who gets most of your time? And how are they serving you? Are they serving you well? It's a choice most of the time on who gets our time, right? So think about that. I also want to encourage you to stay connected. Stay connected with me. Always call up. That's our saying, is we always call up. When something great happens, call up. Call me. Call your sales director. When something yucky happens, call up, because we've probably been there, okay? Rather than calling your sister consultant, rather than calling your team member, call up. Even if your sister consultant is your best friend, or if your team member is your best friend or your sister, your blood sister, always call up. Allow me to do my job and to mentor you, okay, and to give you new thoughts to have in your business. I also want to encourage you, if you haven't already, from the new consultant checklist, is to download the free app Voxer, V-O-X-E-R, it's an orange square, so that you can be added to my Bold Consultant group, because every morning or every other morning I'll send 1 or 2 messages that just will fill you up. It'll be positive affirmation, it'll be a great business tip, a great success story, just something just to fill you up, just to begin that morning building your confidence in who you are and who you can be in your Mary Kay business. There's also something called the $1 Million Message, and it is a recorded call by a top sales director in Mary Kay, and there is a different person and a different recording Monday through Saturday. And so what I do is now these are, sometimes we have to create new habits for them to serve us well. And so these are habits that I already have in place, but creating a new habit, of maybe setting a phone alarm. So in the morning when you're getting ready, or after you drop the kids off at school, or you're having your quiet time, or putting on your makeup, whatever it is, you can check your Voxer to see if there's any messages I have sent, and you can dial in to the $1 Million Message. You do that anytime you want to, and it's a 1-800 number to freeconferencecall.com. And there's an access code. And I just have this saved in my favorites in my phone. So I just have to click on it, and then when it starts, I just put in the code. And every day, Monday through Saturday, I can get my cup filled up before I even start the day. Okay? So just some great tips on how we can have positive thoughts. We can manage what goes on here. Okay? So now what I want to do is I want to talk about the 4 phases of our business as we're thinking about our thoughts and managing our mind. All right? So let's talk about the 4 phases. You've heard me say this. Mary Kay is a real business. And when we treat it like a real business, we will see real business results. With any business, there's mountaintops and there's valleys. Right? Absolutely. There is. It's called business, girls. It's called business. It is what it is. So let's talk about the 4 phases in your Mary Kay business and in my Mary Kay business. It doesn't matter what level we're at, we have these phases. Phase number 1 is excitement. Okay, you're so excited, you just got your starter kit, you saw the new flip chart, it gave you a little confidence to know that you can do this. You know, you're dreaming. You go to sleep thinking about Mary Kay, you wake up thinking about Mary Kay. Okay, the sky is the limit with your Mary Kay business. Okay, so that's a first phase, excitement. A phase 2 is called frustration. It can go that fast, right? Especially in women. Maybe you've used the booking script and maybe you just didn't get your first 5 parties booked as fast as you thought you would. You've had a couple cancellations, and you're getting a little impatient. Like, you're ready to sell this inventory that you've invested in, okay? You're showing up to training and you're thinking, okay, I'm doing everything right. Why am I not seeing the results that I want? Frustration. Phase number 3 is crisis point. You begin to question. You question yourself. You question investing in your business. You question the opportunity. You question your sales director. You question why showing up to the weekly success meeting is that important. You didn't do anything. No one's going to clap for you. Why would you show up? You begin to question. It's called crisis point. Do I run over my starter kit? Do I catch it on fire? I just don't know about this business. I don't know. Maybe my mama was right. Maybe my girlfriend was right who tried it on before and it didn't work for her. Right? And then the last phase, phase 4, is recommitment. Just when you're thinking about starting a fire to blow up your starter kit so that now you have the excuse that you don't have any tools to build a business, you get a text and someone wants to place a product order. And now you're so excited again, and you go back to phase 1, which is excitement. Okay, so what happens is we go through these phases in business. Think about life. Think about the phases we go through. We're excited, then we're not. Then we're mad, and then we're happy, right? It's just emotions of life. But we go through these phases in our business. The key is, how fast can you go from phase 1 all the way around the circle back to phase 1? So for me, because I'm aware, it's being aware that there are phases in our business. So when you are aware of the phases, it makes it easier to understand. So I'm asking you to be aware. This is one of those, it is what it is, girls. To be aware. And the key is, how fast can you go from those phases? For me, there are days that I go through these phases 10 times a day. But you just keep moving, right? It's business. I get a no, I get a yes, I get a brand new team member, I get someone who's ready to quit, I get someone who, wants to buy, I get someone who returns. I mean, it's just business where I question myself, and then I have to be reminded, oh my gosh, I'm a child of God, and He would not have given me these dreams if He was not going to equip me. And Brandy, you know that if you were willing to do the work, the Lord is going to bless it. But I want to run over my starter kit. I'm frustrated. Okay? Like, all of that, right, is happening. And so Just be aware. It's business. It's business, okay? And when you are going through these phases, remember, we don't get to compare ourselves. We don't. We don't get to compare ourselves. When we compare ourselves, we compare our weakness to her strength. That's what we do. We're always going to lose. So be aware, okay? Okay, so now let's go on to number 6, which is time management. So we've talked about money management. We've talked about attitude management, what you think about, you bring about. And now we're going to talk about time management, okay? So Mary Kay has a saying, those who show up, go up. Those who show up, go up. Okay, so how are you going to fit your Mary Kay business into your crazy busy life? Do you know that I know that you have a crazy busy life? Did you know that I have a crazy busy life? We all have the same amount of time. It's what we choose to do with our time. I am a big believer in almost everything in life is a choice. It's a choice. And where we spend our time is a choice. I also believe that you do not have to give up anything that is important to you, anything that you enjoy, to build a successful business in Mary Kay. You just might have to figure out different ways to manage your time. So there is a very powerful sheet that is called the weekly plan sheet, and I'm going to show it to you. It involves highlighters, so that's fun, right? It's called a weekly plan sheet. And I want to encourage you to print off several of these so that you have them printed off. Can you see it? Yeah. So that you have it printed off, at least 4 for the whole month. And what this allows you to do is to see when and where you're available to work your Mary Kay business. And this is just a sample one of mine. And so the colors mean something to me. I don't even think I followed this color grid here. I just, this is just what works for me. You got to figure out what works for you. But color, it catches your eye. The colors in my brain, I already know what they mean. When I see green, I know that's me time. When I see orange, I know that's family time. Okay? And so this is the thought I want you to have when you are thinking about filling out your weekly plan sheet. So I would say every Sunday, I would sit down with your family and I would figure out when you are willing or not willing to work your Mary Kay business. Maybe you have a full-time job Monday through Friday. So from 8 to 5, it's marked out because there's no time that you can work your Mary Kay business. Maybe, every Friday night is family night. When my kiddos were little, every Friday night was family night. Okay? And now it's just where we can fit in time with our 2 teenagers. And so figure out when you're not willing or available to work your Mary Kay business. And then figure out when you are willing and available to work your Mary Kay business. Okay? And so with that being said, if you go to church, then every Sunday from whatever time till whatever time, you're not available to work your Mary Kay business. All right? But figure out when you are willing, when you're willing to spend time working income-producing activities. Those are activities that make us money. Booking phone calls, coaching phone calls and texts, holding facials and parties, customer deliveries, sharing the business, following up with the women that you facial, the customer service, following up with women that we shared the business with, spending time working your business. Those are the activities that make us money. And it is super important that we're aware of where we're spending our time in our business. There's other business activities that we must do that's important for business. Going to the bank and making a deposit. Taking your customer profile cards and entering them into My Customers. Cleaning your mirrors and repacking your starter kit bag. Those things are important for our business. Filling out your weekly accomplishment sheet, but they do not directly make us money. So just be aware of where you're spending your time, how you're spending your time. Take 15 minutes here and there. Could you find 15 minutes every day, every Mary Kay day? So when I say every day, I mean every day that's a Mary Kay day. If you're only willing to invest time in your business 3 days a week, then when I say every day, that's just those 3 days. But do you have 15 minutes here and there to make booking phone calls? Do you have one weeknight and one time slot on the weekend that you're willing to hold facials and parties? And that's something that you and I together, we will figure out your business plan and what it will take to reach your Mary Kay goals. But this sheet, I promise you, will make you a whole bunch of money. The other thing it will do is it will free you up of guilt. It will, especially if you have husband and children or, family that you spend a lot of time with, because they can see this. Send them a picture of it. If it's your mama, your sister, your best friend, and they're like, why are you always working your Mary Kay business? Which you're really not, but it might be cutting into their time. Maybe you're having to tweak, when you're working and when you're with family. Hang one of these on the refrigerator and let your family know when it's pink time, it's Mommy Mary Kay time. Mommy's going to work. Even if that means you have to go sit in your closet to make your booking phone calls, right? But pink time is work time. And orange time, those are just my colors, that's family time. So when you see orange, you know that's when we get to have family time, or whatever it is, okay? And this sheet will just free you up. It will also give you concrete evidence. It will verify, it will confirm that there is enough time in your crazy busy life to build a profitable business for your family. Something else I want to encourage you to create a new habit of is finding the time, making the time to attend your weekly success meeting with your sales director, your national sales director, any of her events, and then of course our company events that Mary Kay offers to us. Setting your business up for success. Oh my gosh, getting some systems in place so that you're not digging through looking. That takes more time and effort and energy that can create frustration and take you through that cycle, right? Spend some time in the beginning setting up your business. Where are you going to put your inventory? Where are you going to keep your sales tickets? Where are you going to keep your starter kit bag? Okay? Where are you going to keep your name tag? Right? Just those kind of things. Setting up your business. Again, when you treat this like a real business, you will see real business results. And so setting your business up, you do not have to have a lot of space. When I first started my business, my office was in our guest bedroom. I had stuff in the closet and then stuff under the bed. And so if you walked in, it was all put away, but it's what I had. It's the space I had, so you use what you have. You don't have to have a lot of space. Even with a full inventory, you don't have to have a lot of space to set up business. Our business is mobile. We can take it with us, right? Sometimes my office is my car is my office. Sometimes my kitchen table is my office. Sometimes my office is my office, okay? It just depends. Sometimes the coffee shop is my office, all right? I also want to encourage you to find a way to involve your family so that there will be family support. If you came to a Mary Kay event, or if I've shared the business with you and you've heard the amazing stories and you've seen and you're educating yourself on how a business will work, and if your family hasn't, let's cut them some slack a little bit. Encourage your family to listen to a recording or listen to my iStory, my sharing video, or maybe even listen to some of these trainings with you so that they can know what you know, okay? When I first started my business, this is seriously, now that I look back, this is what my husband saw me doing, who was not supporting in the beginning. Okay, my husband was not supportive. My family thought I was crazy. This is what they saw. Okay, my family saw me working full-time, teaching with 2 master's degrees, holding facials and parties at nights and on the weekends, and selling lipsticks out of the trunk of my car. Like, that's what they saw. And so they were like, why are you selling lipsticks out of the trunk of your car when you have a career? They didn't know what I knew, right? My husband was not supportive. What he saw me doing was getting all dressed up, loading my car, leaving, coming back, sometimes excited because I make money, sometimes not excited because I didn't make money, going to my weekly success meeting and getting some ribbons. That's all he saw. Because in the beginning, I did not have the money management skill in place, so he wasn't even seeing any of the money that I was making when I was making it. And so just be aware and find ways to involve your family so that there is some family support. And you and I can talk more about that if we need to, okay? Okay, so let's talk about tracking our business. Tracking our business. Our saying is a tracked number grows. Again, we're treating Mary Kay like any other business in the world. Businesses track their numbers. They track the money they make. They track the money they spend. They track the hours that's invested. They track for the week, maybe for the day, for the month, for the quarter. They project for the future. They're tracking their business. So, the first way that I would encourage you to track your business is at the beginning of every month is to print off our monthly tracking sheet, New Faces Take You Places tracking sheet. It will track the activities that make you money. It will even allow you to track and project your goals for the month. Tracking your business. We track because it's a real business and we want to see how we are improving, or maybe areas of growth, areas we need to tweak, okay? When you have your tracking sheet filled out and you and I are working together, it allows me to see, okay, where's the missing link? Where do we need to spend some time? How can I best serve you? If we don't have any track numbers, I don't know. Tracking, the phone calls that you're making. If you say, you know what, I made 30 phone calls today and I didn't get any bookings. If that keeps happening, okay, so you only know that if you're tracking the numbers. And then it allows me to dig deep with you and to figure out what the missing link is so that we can work your business and get the numbers that you should be getting. When you think about tracking your business, here's just some minimal stretches, minimal goals I would encourage you to have. One of those is a perfect start. That is where every month you work consistency. Again, consistency is the key. You're putting the product on 15 faces in your first 15 days. 15 faces in the first 15 days. And then you finish that at the end of the month with a power start. That is where you put the product on 30 faces in 30 days. Every month, consistently. That will grow your business. You won't even, I promise you, trust me, consistently a power start every month. And consistently sharing the opportunity with at least 6 women every month with me. That is how you make this business grow. It's the consistency. If you do it 1 month and then you don't do it for the next 2 months, and then you have to start all over again, we call that a zoom eker. You're zooming and then you eke. You zoom, and I know because I've done it. All right, and it is so much easier on our confidence and our skills if we pace ourselves. Okay, it's like running a marathon. We pace ourselves. Okay, we're in for the long haul of tracking and moving up. Okay, so number 8 now is a little bit about customer service. Mary Kay always said, no matter how busy you are, we've got to take the time to make another person feel important. Mary Kay used to say, pretend like everybody has a sign around the neck that says, make me feel important. And I take pride in the fact that I have been taught how to provide customer service. I take pride in the fact that we are encouraged to provide great customer service. It is not bugging, it is not pressuring, it is providing great customer service. And so our rule of thumb when you sell a product to a new customer is the 2 days, the 2 weeks, and the 2 to 3 months. 2 days after you sell to her, call and check on her. And let her know, I'm going to be calling you in 2 days just to check on you, girl. It's part of my job, is to provide customer service. And in 2 weeks, I'm going to call and check on you again because maybe you didn't have a chance to try microdermabrasion yet. Or maybe you've only used it once. Or maybe you haven't had a day where you put your makeup on yet. So I'm going to check on you in two weeks. And then every 2 to 3 months, allowing Mary Kay through the Preferred Customer Program, which you sign your customers up for on Mary Kay InTouch, so that every 3 months when our new lookbook comes out, this is our newest lookbook, your customers receive this book for a minimal cost, which is tax deductible for you. It has your information on the back so they know how to get a hold of you. And then you follow up and check on them. And there's a script for that. I'm just calling. I want to make sure you got the new lookbook in the mail. First question is there anything you're running low on? Okay, let me set up a time also to show you some of our new products for the quarter. When do you have 15 minutes for me to pop in? Okay, providing the customer service. I also recommend when you sell to someone for the very first time, mailing them a little thank you card. I have one that you can print off and use, or you can make up your own, and just a little thank you, just a little extra. Mary Kay also recommends that with any purchases over $40 that we provide a gift with purchase. You do not have to. Again, it's tax deductible. You'll record that on your weekly accomplishment sheet, any giveaway. But Mary Kay provides little samples, deluxe minis. There's lots of different samples that you can order, and I can give you more details on that if you need it. But just a little gift. I have some consultants that are amazing at customer service. They put tissue in the bag. They squirt the tissue with one of our fragrances. I like to tie ribbon around it, so it's like a gift that I'm handed to them when I deliver the products. And so just some customer service, make you feel all warm and fuzzy, so they know you care. Okay, just the little extras. And then also, I want to encourage you to always offer the product replacement program. We are allowed, and it does not cost us any money, to offer a 100% satisfaction guarantee on any purchases that our customers make with us. And if we have a customer that's not satisfied, we can exchange it out for a different product or offer her money back. But it's called the Product Replacement Program. It's online on Mary Kay InTouch, where you online return the product. You do not physically mail the product back, but you can, if you have a customer that returns a product, then you can fill this out online, the customer's information, the product, why she returned it, and then you are allowed to order any product, does not have to be the same product, that's the same retail dollar amount within $1 or $2, I think it's $2. And Mary Kay will mail that to you free of charge. I know, right? So I always love it when I tell my customers that Mary Kay takes care of this. It does not cost me any money. Please don't have a drawer full of buying mistakes. Let me provide customer service. Okay, so just some great ways to keep our customers happy. And then number 9 is team building basics. It's one of the other skills. You know, we got to book our appointments, we got to coach those appointments to keep them, and then we have selling appointments, and then we also offer the opportunity. And let me tell you, Mary Kay said she wants us to share this opportunity. It is our job to offer the products and to offer the opportunity, and then they get to decide. They get to decide how they can be served best by you as their consultant. Is it by being a customer? Is it by taking this opportunity and being a part of your team so that their family can be blessed with this opportunity? So there's a couple reasons that we team build. One is our mission statement. Mary Kay's mission statement is to enrich the lives of other women. We do that by offering the products and the opportunity. And then there's benefits to us when we team build. There are benefits of moving up and advancing in our business, and we are rewarded with commission checks. We can move up into leadership positions if we choose to. We don't ever have to. And there is that prestigious position, the retirement position with the family security plan of being a national sales director. And so lots of benefits of team building. And just know that selling and team building, it goes hand in hand. You do both of them at the same time, okay? Some tools that are available to you or that you'll want to put in place, one of those is your iStory. Creating your iStory so that you can share that at every appointment. You know, it makes you real. If you haven't heard my iStory, you're going to hear that when you watch me do a live skincare class or you watch the video. But it makes you relatable. Share your story. Why did you start Mary Kay? What have you learned? What are you excited about? Why did you stay? What are you working towards? Right? Your iStory. Also your team building packet, which I mentioned earlier in the selling topic, about having recruiting packets so that you have information that you can hand out right on the spot rather than saying, oh, let me get that to you later. And then completing your pearls of sharing and earning your pearls of sharing in your Mary Kay business. That's where you take the pearls of sharing script. There's a script for it, of course, and it's actually a texting script, so you don't have to call. And asking 6 women, the 6 most successful women, or the 6 women that you admire the most or respect the most, to allow you and I to share our story. And then share on a practice call. That's all it is. It helps you start building your confidence in you being able to share your iStory and knowing about this business. And it builds your confidence in this opportunity. It builds the confidence that we need, that we want to have an even bolder, successful business, okay? And let's look at number 10 now. 10 is the professional image. You know, you get one chance to make a first impression. So I want to encourage you to look great and feel great. And there is a separate video that you can watch on this, and it's called This Is How We Roll. And it's just going to give you some new thoughts. It's going to talk a little bit about the culture of Mary Kay, what Mary Kay expects of us, and just some tips on feeling your best on the inside and the out so that you can be your best to represent not only your business but my business too, right? Okay, so you can watch that This Is How We Roll video when you wrap this one up. And then I want to close with our new consultant training by saying continue the education. Keep showing up. I want to challenge you to give this business one full year and show up to every Mary Kay event that's offered. Give it one full year before you decide this business isn't for you. Give it one full year of plugging into your weekly success meetings, building relationships, tracking, taking the education and acting on it, tracking your business, setting some goals, managing your money, having positive thoughts, using the scripts, and just see what happens in this business. I don't know where you're going to be a year from now. I don't know, because it's your journey. But thank goodness, school is never out for the pro, and you're going to keep learning. You're going to keep growing if you're willing. And don't forget about this, the Start Something Beautiful magazine that came in your starter kit and the DVD. And also, Mary Kay In Touch, on Mary Kay In Touch, I want to encourage you to complete the MK University. And when you complete the MK University, it's actually one of the new consultant items on the checklist where you can earn a prize. But it's just, it's great information. Oh my goodness. It's just, Mary Kay does such an amazing job of equipping us. And I know there's a lot of home-based businesses out there today, but I will tell you that we are on the cutting edge when it comes to the training that we provide. We are second to none, and I believe that with my heart and soul. I believe in this opportunity with my heart and soul, and I believe in you. I believe that you can do anything you want to with this business. If you are a little bit teachable and trainable, even if you got a little bit of fear, and it's just because it's new, okay? So I'm excited to continue to work with you. I am so excited to see where you land in your business.